57 kg freestyle category at the Tokyo Olympics, creates history, pins down his opponent in an exciting bout. Deepak Punia loses his semi-final bout. A big day for India at the Olympics. Lovlina bags the bronze medal in the women's boxing. Prime Minister congratulates Lovlina over the phone. Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur too congratulates her. The Indian hockey team is currently playing the women's hockey team against Argentina. The match is 1-1 underway. Gurjeet Singh had put India in the lead in the early minutes. Neeraj Chopra qualifies for the men's javelin throw. In his first attempt, goes past the qualification mark of 83.50 quite easily. Chopra registers a throw of 86.65. Opposition creates a ruckus in both houses of parliament. Repeated adjournments witnessed in both houses. Rajya Sabha Chairman bars agitating members from proceedings for a day due to their storming of the well of the House. Heralding a new era in the annals of Indian Navy, indigenous aircraft carrier Vikrant sets off on its maiden sea trials. The largest and most complex warship India has ever built, carries the hopes and aspirations of the entire nation. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh calls it a proud moment for India. Chambal division in Madhya Pradesh continues to receive record rainfall. Monsoon mayhem leaves vast areas of many districts inundated. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan talks to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister gives an assurance of all possible help. Rajasthan also receives heavy rainfall. Many dead after house collapse in Kesharia Patan. And in cricket, the mega 5-test series between India and England begins today at Nottingham. India will seek to restore pride and confidence after losing the last two series to the English. Let's begin with updates from the Tokyo Olympics. The Indian women's hockey team is facing Argentina for the place in the finals this afternoon, and golfers Diksha Dagar and Aditi Ashok are also in action in the first round of the women's individual finals. Well, the Indian wrestler Ravi Dahiya defeated Nurislam Sanayev of Kazakhstan in the semi-finals of the men's freestyle 57 kg wrestling and assured the country of at least a silver medal by qualifying for the final. Ravi will contest for the gold medal tomorrow at 4:20 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and with this, India is guaranteed their fourth medal at the Tokyo Olympics. In the other match, Deepak Punia had faced David Taylor of the United States in the semi-finals of the 86 kg category, and he lost that bout. Well, boxer Lovlina Bourgoin has also won a bronze medal, but she could not repeat her performance in the quarterfinals, and she lost the match in the last four match to Busenaz Surmeneli of Turkey, and the world number one, in fact, was the Turkish, and she dominated the Indian and also beat her quite convincingly to enter the gold medal match. The Indian, meanwhile, will set to play for the bronze, and this will be later on. I mean, she is set to receive a bronze. In fact, she has received the bronze as well. This is the third medal for India at the Tokyo Olympics, and let's take a look at this report.
From helping her father in paddy fields to an Olympic bronze, Lovlina's journey has been full of power punches. The 23-year-old from Assam, who started her career as a Muay Thai practitioner, signed off the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games with a bronze medal. Lovlina lost her semi-final of 69 kg women's boxing semi-final bout against reigning world champion Busenaz Surmeneli of Turkey at the Tokyo Olympics. Lovlina became only the third Indian boxer to ensure a podium finish at Olympics. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated her for winning the medal at Tokyo Olympics. The Prime Minister in a tweet said that her success in the boxing ring inspires several Indians. Her tenacity and determination are admirable. The Prime Minister extended best wishes for her future endeavours. Union Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur also congratulated Lovlina on her Olympic medal.
एक और भारत की बेटी ने शानदार प्रदर्शन किया है। अब तक के 3 मेडल और तीनों ही भारत की बेटियों के नाम। लवलीना का पहला ओलंपिक्स था, लेकिन उसके बावजूद शानदार उन्होंने अपना प्रदर्शन किया। अपना अच्छा प्रदर्शन कर भारत के लिए एक और कांस्य पदक जीता है। मैं सभी देशवासियों की ओर से, भारत सरकार की ओर से उनको बहुत-बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
Lovlina's father says she will focus more in future and practice much harder for the future.
लवलीना का आज उस सेमीफाइनल था, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य उनका है, वो जीत नहीं पाया, वो ब्रॉन्ज में रुकना पड़ा। मुझे उम्मीद है वो बाद में उनका खेल जो है वो थोड़ा उन्नत करेंगे। अभी तो उनका ब्रॉन्ज में रुक गया, तो जो उनका सपना था गोल तक जाएंगे तो बोलता था, वो उसका सपना पूरा नहीं हुआ, इसीलिए थोड़ा सा तो दुख होगा ही।
This was the maiden Olympic for Lovlina Borgohain, and finishing with the medal is surely something big. Lovlina is also the first athlete from Assam to win an Olympic medal and third Indian boxer to do so. Vijender Singh won the Olympic medal at 2008 Beijing Olympics and Mary Kom in 2012 London Olympics for India. Sports Desk, DD India.
The Indian cricket team has started the second leg of the England tour and it squared off against Joe Root's team. This is the first test of a 5-test series. It's begun today, August 4th at Trentbridge in Nottingham. The India versus England Test Series is kick-starting the second edition of the ICC World Test Championship, and this cycle is now the 21-23 cycle, the 2021 to 23 cycle. The injury-hit Indian cricket team got another blow as the opener Mayank Agarwal was ruled out of the playing 11 for the first test, and he was hit on the helmet during a practice session. The match is currently on. Well, heralding a new era in the annals of the Indian Navy, the indigenous aircraft carrier Vikrant set off on its maiden sea trials. It's the largest and most complex warship India has ever built, and being an aircraft carrier, it has put India in the league of select nations who have the technological prowess and know-how to make the extremely complex and demanding warships. A tweet from the Navy spokesperson's handle said, "Proud and historic day for India as the reincarnated Vikrant sails for her maiden sea trials today in the 50th year of her illustrious predecessor's key role in victory in the 1971 war, the largest and most complex warship ever to be designed and built in India. Many more will follow." Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh also tweeted to share his thoughts at the proud moment, and he tweeted and said, "Maiden sea sortie of the indigenous aircraft carrier Vikrant is a true testimony to our unwavering commitment to Atma Nirbharta in defense. Realization of this historic milestone, regardless of COVID, shows true dedication and commitment of all stakeholders, a proud moment for India. Indeed, the future of India's Navy, extended reach capabilities, and India's future aircraft fleet depends on the success of INS Vikrant." The Union Cabinet has approved the continuation of the Samagra Shiksha scheme. This is for school education, and it is from the 1st of April 2021 to the 31st of March 2026.
समग्र शिक्षा 2 आज कैबिनेट कमेटी ऑन इकोनॉमिक अफेयर्स ने उसको मंजूरी दी है। 2,94,000 करोड़ रुपया की आने वाले मार्च 2026 तक, 21 से 26 तक की इस 5 साल में लगभग 3 लाख करोड़ रुपया की एक रकम भारत की स्कूली शिक्षा में जोड़ा गया है। प्रधानमंत्री जी की जो 4 बिंदु पे फोकस है, शिक्षा, इक्विटी, क्वालिटी, एक्सेस और अफोर्डेबिलिटी, ये 4 बिंदु पे शिक्षा की रचना को किया जाएगा।
The stalemate in Parliament continued following relentless protests by the opposition over the Pegasus alleged snooping, farm laws and other issues. Both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha have been adjourned. They were adjourned till 2 p.m. And then in the Lok Sabha, when the House met after the second adjournment, this was at the noon, the presiding officer then rejected the adjournment motions of the opposition members. So following this, the opposition members, including the Congress, the TMC, the DMK and the left, they went into the well of the House and they raised slogans, forcing another adjournment, and that adjournment was till 2 p.m. But
सदन की गरिमा को बनाए रखें। तरीका ठीक नहीं है, नो, गलत तरीका, बिल्कुल गलत। आप संसद की मर्यादा और आसन का अपमान करने की कोशिश मत करिए, ये उचित नहीं है, गलत तरीका।
Earlier, when the House assembled for the day, the members from the Congress, the TMC, the DMK and others, they had trooped into the well, and amid the noisy scenes, the Speaker, Om Birla, tried to run the question hour, but in vain. In the morning, the House paid tribute to 8 former members who had passed away recently. Meanwhile, the opposition members, especially the 6 TMC MPs who were creating a ruckus in the Rajya Sabha, they were barred from the proceedings for the day by the chairman, M. Venkaiah Naidu, first warned the members who were raising placards in the House.
Under Rule 255, I direct these members who are in the well of the House to go back to their seats, otherwise you are named and you are suspended for the day.
As we see, the pandemonium and the noise, the noisy sloganeering continued unabated, and that left the chair with no option but to ask them to withdraw from the House.
Whoever is in the well, disobeying the chair and then raising these placards, they are all asked to leave the House under Rule 255. You know, if you disobey this, what will happen, you know, I need not tell. And the Secretariat will give the list.
Well, Rule 255 of the House, it says that the chairman may direct any member whose conduct is, in his opinion, grossly disorderly to withdraw immediately from the council, and any member so ordered to withdraw shall do so forthwith and shall absent himself during the remainder of the day's meeting. Moving on then, Minister of State Arjun Ram Meghwal condemned the Delhi, I beg your pardon, this is the brutal rape and murder case which happened in Delhi, and he said that the opposition parties, including the TMC, are now pointing their fingers at the Aam Aadmi Party for this issue.
दलित बच्ची के साथ जो घटना घटी है वो निंदनीय है, लेकिन सरकार निरंतर, जो भारत सरकार है वो इसमें सजग है और जो भी दोषी होंगे निश्चित रूप से कार्रवाई की जाएगी। आपके टीएमसी के लोगों को अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को नहीं घेरना चाहिए इस विषय पे, वहां तो वो चुप हैं, उसकी भी तो जिम्मेदारी है भाई, दिल्ली सरकार की जिम्मेदारी नहीं है। ऐसी घटना घट जाती है और वो कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहे।
The BJP national spokesperson Sambit Patra condemned the incident of sexual assault against a minor in Delhi, and he said that justice must be delivered.
दिल्ली में नांगल राय में जिस प्रकार से एक नन्ही सी बच्ची के साथ दुष्कर्म हुआ है, हम सब उसकी घोर निंदा करते हैं और कानून व्यवस्था पूरी तरह से इस पर सजग होकर काम कर रही है। 4 से अधिक लोग गिरफ्तार हो गए हैं। एससी कमीशन भी 2 अगस्त को पीड़िता के घर गई थी। जॉइंट सीपी पुलिस भी पीड़िता के घर गए थे। इन सभी विषयों पर कानून अपना काम कर रही है और इसमें कोई दोमत नहीं है कि हिंदुस्तान का हर बच्चा चाहता है, प्रशासन चाहती है, सरकार चाहती है कि पीड़िता और पीड़िता के परिवार को न्याय मिले और न्याय अवश्य मिलेगा।
The BJP leader Sambit Patra also said that all actions are being taken proactively by the concerned authorities. He slammed the Congress for politicizing the matter and appealed to the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights to take strict action against the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi.
रेप और बलात्कार में यदि राजनीति करने की कोशिश की जाए तो मैं कहूंगा ये राजनीति का सबसे न्यून स्तर होता है, सबसे निम्न या सबसे निचला स्तर होता है। आज राहुल गांधी जी ने, हमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, देश है, लोकतांत्रिक देश है, बिल्कुल वी शुड स्टैंड फॉर जस्टिस, इसमें कोई दो मत नहीं, मगर सिलेक्टिविज्म, ये जो चयनात्मक राजनीति है और रेप जैसे जघन्य अपराध से राजनीति करने का प्रयास, ये उचित नहीं है।
President Ramnath Kovind addressed the officers of the tri-services, and these are the officers who are undergoing training at the Defence Forces Staff College at Wellington, which is near Ooty. Speaking on the occasion, the President said that we are passing through challenging times and lots of changes are taking place in these times, and we have to think of new ways to secure our interests as well as national security.
We utilize the great diversity of national conflicts, the Indian military's grit.
Challenging times, which is full of changes. The concepts of national security and defense are changing. Geostrategic and geopolitical compulsions and many other factors have made the security landscape more complex. Low intensity conflicts, counter-terrorism and non-combat conflicts pose different challenges. There is a need to have a thorough understanding of all aspects. In these changing times, we have to think of new ways to secure our national interests and ensure our national security.
The President said that the 21st century society is described as a knowledge society, and that defense professionals and officers have to be knowledge warriors. He expressed the confidence that the professional learning at the Defence Services Staff College would enable this kind of competency.
The 21st century society is described as knowledge society. Knowledge truly is power in this century. Just as we are said to be in an era of knowledge economy, we are also in the age of knowledge warfare. As defense professionals, you have to be a knowledge warrior. The motto of this college is Yuddham Pragya, which has been translated as into war with wisdom.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has assured all possible help to Madhya Pradesh in its time of crisis. The Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, had held a detailed discussion with the Prime Minister over the telephone. The Chief Minister said that the Prime Minister has been apprised about the flood situation in Madhya Pradesh and the ongoing rescue operations there. And the situation is getting worse, and so he discussed that with the Prime Minister, and Prime Minister Modi has agreed to give all possible help to the state. He had also asked for the Indian Army to come into some areas as the Chief Minister, and the Chief Minister chaired a meeting with officials over the flood situation. He said that the state has asked for 4 columns of the Army to rescue stranded people.
इस अप्रत्याशित बरसात के कारण बाढ़ की स्थितियां बन गई। एसडीआरएफ की 70 टीमें रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में लगी है। 3 टीमें एनडीईआरएफ की लगी है। और टीमों के लिए भी हमने अनुरोध किया है। प्रभावित हो सकने वाले गांवों में सतर्क कर दिया गया है। लोगों को ऊंचे स्थान पर भेजने की व्यवस्था प्रशासन कर रहा है। मैं जनता से अपील करना चाहता हूं, जो लोग बाढ़ में घिरे हैं, चिंता ना करें। आपके पल पल की चिंता हम कर रहे हैं।
Meanwhile, a flood-like situation has emerged in Gwalior, Chambal region, Guna, Shivpuri, Datia and Shivpur districts. These are in Madhya Pradesh. This is because of the continuous heavy rain there. rivers like the Chambal and tributaries of the Chambal, and this is affecting about 1,200 villages. These villages are in spate. So rescue work has been going on. It's a big challenge though, and the columns of NDRF, SDRF and the Army are working non-stop. Jawans of the state police too and Home Guard are engaged in the rescue operations. 5,800 people, over 5,800 people were rescued so far last night. This was after long operations. The water level in the River Chambal, as we said, has again gone above the danger mark. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, and this was regarding the rain-related incidents in the state. And the Prime Minister reviewed the situation with him. The Prime Minister tweeted and said the central government is working closely with the Madhya Pradesh government to assist those affected by heavy rainfall and flooding in parts of the state. And the Prime Minister has prayed for everyone's safety and well-being. In Rajasthan, heavy to very heavy rainfall has been recorded across the state. This is in the last 24 hours. And because of the heavy rains, many roads have been blocked. Life has also been badly affected, and this is in Baran, Dholpur, Savai Madhopur, Jaipur, Dausa, Bundi, among other districts. What's happened is that the flood situation has caused the districts of Baran to have serious effects because of the continuous rains, and this is not for one day, because it's happened over the last 5 days. And the NDRF teams have been deployed there. There's rescue and relief works that are going on. The Chambal River, as we said, is flowing about 14 meters above the danger mark in Dholpur district, and many villages in on the banks of this river, they have been flooded with water. The road connectivity from Savai Madhopur, this is Savai Madhopur to Madhya Pradesh, that is closed, and the Kota-Dausa highway has also been blocked. Now the meteorological department has issued a red alert of heavy to very heavy rainfall at some places in the eastern districts, and this is in the next 24 hours. 9 people have lost their lives in rain-related incidents so far in Rajasthan. Now in Uttarakhand as well, the ongoing COVID-induced curfew has been extended for, it's been extended from today onwards till the 10th of August. However, the coronavirus vaccinations are continuing even with the restrictions. The state government has permitted a maximum of 50 people to participate in funeral processions. The previous relaxations, the government offices were allowed to function with 100% capacity. Now shops and business establishments in the state were also permitted to open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. But the water parks were permitted to open with 50% capacity. Meanwhile, the state government on August 2 reopened schools for students of classes 9 to 12. Schools for classes 6 to 8 will reopen from August 16. And in this regard, the Uttarakhand government issued a set of standard operating procedures. Amidst the relaxation of coronavirus restrictions in Mumbai, the Brihan Municipal Corporation has made it clear that the night curfew will continue in Mumbai, and this is from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. There will be no restriction in the movement of people from 5 in the morning till 11 in the night. But the ban on the gathering of people will continue. So the BMC has made it clear that all shops will remain open till 10 p.m. and this is 7 days of a week. The medical and medicine shops, they will remain open 24 hours. Sports activities have been allowed to start. Swimming pools, however, and summer sport activities where there's going to be physical contact, they are banned. They continue to be banned. An update now on COVID-19 from across the country. So over 3.09 crore recoveries have been recorded so far across the country, and of these 36,668 patients recovered in the last 24 hours. So the recovery rate is currently at 97.37%, but there were 42,625 new cases in the last 24 hours. but it's less than 50,000 cases, and this has been reported now for 38 consecutive days, less than 50,000 that is. This is a result of the sustained and collaborative efforts of both the centre and the states and the union territories. India's active caseload has declined to 4,10,353, but the active cases, they constitute 1.29% of the total cases. So the WPR, that's the weekly positivity rate, it continues to remain below 5%. In fact, it's below 3%. It currently stands at 2.36%. And the DPR, that's the daily positivity rate, it's also below 3% at 2.31%. So substantially ramped up testing across the country, as we know, that has been happening on a regular basis. And with this now infrastructure in place, India is doing a lot of tests. 18,47,000 tests were conducted over the last 24 hours in the country. Cumulatively, in fact, the total number of tests is 47 crores 31 lakhs 42,307 tests conducted so far. And an update now on the vaccination drive across the country. So COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed a landmark, and it has crossed 48 crore yesterday. Cumulatively, 48 crore 52 lakh 86,570 vaccine doses have been administered, and this has happened through 56 lakh 83,682 sessions. So the provisional report till 7 in the morning, this is as of today, was 62 lakh 53,741 vaccine doses administered in the last 24 hours, and more than 50.37 crore vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far. This is through different sources. A further 49 lakh 19,780 doses are in the pipeline. So the total consumption, including wastage, is 48 crore 19 lakh 75,798 doses, and more than 2.60 crore, that is 2 crore 60 lakh 17,573 is the exact number, exists with the states. They're unutilized. That's the balance amount still available with the states and union territories and private hospitals to be administered. This new phase of universalization of COVID-19 vaccines began on the 21st of June 2021. The government, the union government, is committed to accelerating the pace and also expanding the scope of COVID-19 vaccinations throughout the country. The U.S. Army Chief General James McConville is on a 3-day visit to India, and he met the Army Chief General Manoj Narwane. So these happened today. Talks were held today. The American Army Chief was received at the South Block lawns by General Narwane and accorded a ceremonial guard of honor. The U.S. General also paid homage at the National War Memorial. This visit by the top general of the United States, it comes as the U.S. troops are pulled out of Afghanistan. Taliban fighters are currently engaged in fierce fighting with the Afghan National Forces for control of several key cities and towns. General McConville will also be meeting the defense minister and the top brass of the army. On the agenda would be the bilateral military exchanges and regional cooperation and joint exercises between the two countries. This has been a DD India presentation. Thank you very much for your time. Namaskar.